Watching a film with friends, missing VHS videotape repeating.
Welcome back, Family Crew, Creeps and Peeps. Today we're looking at Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. This is the director's edition, totally uncut and uncensored, released from MPI Home Video in their 20th year. 2 thumbs up, Siskel and Ebert. Now this is a horror movie, New York Post. Starring Michael Rooker and Tom Towles, Tracy Arnold, directed by John McNaughton, written by Richard Fire and John McNaughton. Really great movie, really creepy movie. The most controversial film of the decade. A film of clutching terror, Rolling Stone. The best film of the year, The Village Voice. I don't know about that. 1980? Crap, what year did this come out? It's 87, 86, 88? I forget what year. The VHS came out in 98, so. Henry is the chilling account of a man whose vocation is murder. Michael Rooker, from Counter Force, JFK, Days of Thunder, stars as Henry, the solitary drifter who leads his dim ex-jailmate Otis, Tom Towles, Mad Dog and Glory, The Prophecy 2, on a senseless killing spree. Picking their victims at random, their methods of execution are always different. Otis' sister Becky, Tracy Arnold, the shot, the borrower, goes to Chicago to visit and unsuspectingly falls in love with Henry. Acclaimed by the critics as a masterpiece of modern horror, Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer is presented here totally uncut and uncensored. Special bonus includes recollections by director John McNaughton on the making of Henry. Now this was one of those ones where the first time I watched it was pretty startling, pretty great. It's not one that I've rewatched a ton since. I don't even know if I ever watched this movie digitally. It might have only ever existed in VHS form in my head. Now they did make a sequel to this, Henry 2, cleverly titled enough, which I have on VHS. I think I have it digitally as well, but I don't know if I've ever watched it. Michael Rooker, of course, is fantastic in this movie. He's always gone on to give terrific performances and everything. It's definitely one I need to look back at and watch again, but it's just one of those ones that, like, you watch it the first time and it's just so kind of upsetting to you that it's almost hard to go back and I can't remember what it was that was just so off-putting about it, other than obviously the generalities of the story. That was just like, it's one of those ones where you're just kind of like almost afraid to go back to again. There's a pretty iconic image here on the front, even though it's just a dude looking into a mirror. But it's been played off on multiple times, including on the use of I assume it's connected, it just makes sense to me, but I assume it was purposeful or done intentionally by a band called Face to Face on their album Here, which I remember buying that album from Best Buy with my girlfriend at the time and flipping through. I was like, hey, what does this remind you of? She's like, I know what it reminds me of. I'm like, what? I didn't think she's going to say Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. And she's like, well, what do you think? I was like, well, what do you think? And she says, it reminds me of Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, which I was really surprised she knew because she was a couple years younger than me. And it's just, for her to know this movie was kind of surprising. Fantastic album, by the way. This is a cool VHS, again, MPI. We have a few MPI movies here in the archive. I think the sequel, of course, is also released by MPI. Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, Michael Rooker, it's fantastic. John McNaughton. I think, if I remember correctly, John McNaughton, right around the same time this VHS released, had the movie Wild Things in theater. I think he directed that, the one with Neve Campbell and the other broad. So it kind of was a good timing because he had a movie in theater in cinema 97, 98, right around the time this came out. But let me know your thoughts on Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. As always, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.